So I'm here today to do an unboxing. I was approached by a company called Via Trading. They're a large liquidator in California, and they've worked with other larger YouTube channels. Of course, I'm not anywhere near the size of some of these YouTube channels, but I have a lot of experience with liquidation, and today I'm going to do an unboxing, tell you all about it here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and today I'm going to do an unboxing from a company. It's a liquidation pallet we received from a company called Via Trading. They're based in Southern California, and they sell all kinds of different liquidation goods. So Via Trading has sent me a pallet. From all I know is that it's a Sam's Club general merchandise pallet. Okay, a pallet like this will run you anywhere between $600 to $700 plus the actual cost of freight. Okay, so they've agreed to send this to me in order to do this video and to give an honest, and that's what I'm going to give you, an honest assessment. It does no good to give you, just the good stuff and not tell you about the stuff that concerns me. I have purchased over 75 pallets of goods from different liquidators within the last 3-4 years. So I have a lot of experience. I know what things to look for, and hopefully I'll give you an idea of whether or not Via Trading is going to, maybe be a possible sourcing method for you. And hopefully, if it is, they'll be able to come up with a discount. You could check out the link down below, but a discount to give you a discount off of your first purchase. And check that link down below. I'm getting nothing for it other than the merchandise that you see right here. And I'm excited to work with them. I'm always looking for new sources, so it very well may be a new source for me as well. So let's get started. It's a Sam's Club general merchandise pallet. Okay. Got my trusty box cutter here. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so first thing off the bat, we have a Shark cordless vac. Now, the first thing I'm looking for is packaging. So some liquidation, you'll have some damaged packaging, but ultimately this isn't bad. Okay, so if I was to guess, it's probably about a $40 item plus the cost of shipping. I'll put the actual comps up above me so you can see. The next item we have is a Royal Postal Scale. This is brand new in the box. I wish I would have known about this about 2 weeks ago. I just bought one for my shipping station, but it's every bit of about $30-40 brand new. That's pretty good. Now remember, these are Sam's Club's returns. We've got a wireless charger for, it looks like an iWatch, an Apple Watch. Sure, it can work for any other type of watches. Generally, I like to take a real quick look. These are returns. Now, these are customer returns, so that's kind of what you're getting. It matches what the box says here. So I don't know about the charging accessory, the cable in there or not, but I'll take a look here a little bit further. So far, so good. Another brand new scale, and you can see the quality of packaging here. Now, Here's one thing I have to say about this whole thing. A lot of you might be thinking, well, what if they're just sending you the best of the best to give them a good look, right? Ultimately, if that's the case and the merchandise they have to offer you, the customer, isn't like this, it's going to make me look bad. So I'm putting my name out there too. So my reputation and my name, you can ask a lot of the viewers. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm going to give you an honest assessment. So far, so good. Okay. Now those scales, like I said, $30 or $40. Here is a Copper Chef air fryer. And I've been looking at air fryers, and I have sold some in my store. This is probably about a $30 to $40 item. Okay. Here's a pop-up movie theater kit. Has a projector, indoor-outdoor screen, and a party speaker. And based on the size of this, and all-in-one kit type of thing, I would say this is probably, and the brand is iLive. So we're looking at probably somewhere in the ballpark of about $100. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. And the prices that I'm quoting off the top of my head, like I said, I don't know what I'm getting in these pallets, or this pallet. I can only kind of tell you from my experience the kind of general idea, but the prices are pretty much before shipping. So I don't know what it would run free shipping, because I don't play the free shipping game. If an item is, over 2 pounds, I'm charging shipping on top of it. Here's a Ninja. Now, again, these are customer returns. I don't know if this thing even works or not. From my experience, about anywhere from 10 to 20% of the merchandise you get in these don't even function. But here's the thing. If this doesn't work, you still have the accessories. So I can part out the pitcher, the accessories, and people will buy them. And I'm looking at about $75 plus shipping on this unit, as it is, if it works. But even parted out, I can get about that much. So on manifested pallets, see, this is not a manifested pallet. So a manifested pallet is one where you have a list of everything you're going to get. So in that case, if you have a manifested pallet through via trading, and the item is listed as $250 or more, and you get it and it doesn't work, they're going to take care of you, okay? That's just their particular policy. I've never seen a liquidator do this. It's expected in the liquidation game that you're going to find stuff that just doesn't work. But in my experience, it's like 10 to 20% of the items you get have something wrong with it. Everything else is pretty good. So far, so good on this pallet, though. We have a Hydrate Spark Pro. It's a tumbler, and it's a smart tumbler of some sort. You can hook up to your phone, and it'll tell you if you need to drink more. I don't know. Who knows what it is, but pretty cool. I would say probably 30, 40 bucks on that. Anything smart attached to it is usually something that will add about $10. So normally you're probably looking at about 20 bucks for that, but maybe 30, 40 bucks plus shipping. Here's a Stanley Fat Max. It's it's pretty cool. It's a 1200 amp charger, so you can not charge, but you can inflate your tires. That's cool. The brand Stanley.
It's a jumper, honey.
Yeah, it'll do that too, but it'll inflate your tires.
Oh.
And it'll do a little of everything. And I'm looking at about $100, maybe 150 for this. It's a Stanley, so that adds to the value. And again, I may be totally wrong on these prices, but wow, here's a brand new Skill little hand drill and bit set. And I'm thinking like 30, 40 bucks plus shipping on that. Brand new, guys. Brand spanking new. And
these are just customer returns.
Customer returns. Like, people will buy things. Maybe, Aunt Thelma bought you a new drill for Christmas, and you're like, well, I've got 5. I don't need another drill. You're not going to open it. You're just going to take it back or give it back to her to take it back. Wireless charger. Another one of those. Okay. Okay, we have a Smile water flosser. Sometimes you're going to get grime on these, right? Because they're sitting around in a warehouse. But it doesn't affect the item inside. You see my hand's really dirty. But that's just the name of the game, guys. I'm very surprised so far that there's not a lot of stickers. Usually you get a lot of stickers that are on these. And here's another. So here's another Ninja. This is a dual brew coffee maker. And from my experience, these coffee makers, I think the Ninjas go for like anywhere from 60 to $100 plus shipping. Maybe a little bit more of $100 because it's the specialty kind, and it looks like it's brand new. I see the factory tape on this thing, so that one's pretty good. So this is actually a pretty good pallet. I'm pretty impressed by it. Here's a power smokeless grill, and let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what the insides look like here. Look at that. Looks pretty new to me. And yeah, maybe 75, 80 bucks for this thing plus shipping. Remember, we're not doing free shipping, so add whatever the calculated cost of shipping is for that, and that's what you have. Here's another water flosser, dirty, right? I see a factory seal there. This is new, and I'm thinking on the water flosser about 30, 40 bucks for that particular brand. We have a Power XL Duo NutriSeal Elite, and these are good to have. These are foods, like a food saver type thing. Because it's not food saver, it's kind of an off brand. I'm thinking about 75 bucks, 60 to 75 bucks. Let's take a look and see. It has been opened. Now this is what we call an open box item, where the buyer has returned it. Let's say it's open box, but everything inside, look at that, appears to be in like new condition there. So that is an open box item. I made it dirtier because my hands were dirty. Sometimes these liquidation pallets can get a little on the dirty side. So that's pretty good right there. I think there's one or two more items in here. No, just one more. It's a big one. Wow. This is a Roomba. i3 Roomba, and I used to buy these by the pallet. And this is pretty awesome if it's in the condition that it looks here. It looks to me like it's, yeah, look at that. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. On something like this, because it has the bin, the dirt bin. We just sold a dirt bin that we picked up out of liquidation. We sold that for like 125 bucks plus shipping. Something like this is going to go for everywhere between 200 to 300 bucks, and that might be on the conservative side. I know the i3 isn't their top model, but it has the empty bin with it. And in the condition it's in, it looks like it's never even been tried out. So we're going to inspect it a little bit more, but I'm looking to get about $200 to $250 for this thing. So maybe even closer to $300. And I might be underpricing myself, because new condition will get you a lot better price on these vacuums than a previously used one with hair and all that stuff in it. So I got to say, guys, that's all there is here in this pallet. I like the merchandise, guys. I like the quality of merchandise. I didn't find one. Now, there's some that were open that maybe I need to test, like these chargers, but I didn't find one that really gave me a lot of concern. Half of this I'm going to be able to sell as new, open box new. The other half I'm going to sell as brand new. And there's a couple that I'm going to sell like this charger, maybe used, depending on how it looks on the inside, okay? But these are just simply, just one example of what Via Trading has to offer. Now, again, I'm giving you my honest opinion on this. I would have liked to have seen a bigger pallet, okay? You got to look at the MSRP. So when you're buying online, take a look at that MSRP. Utilize my 40-40 method, okay? It's the safest way to buy liquidation. Now, I don't know what kind of prices they have. I haven't done a whole lot of homework on their pallets, okay? I'm only giving you an honest assessment of the merchandise that I have here. And I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the cleanest pallets that I've seen, because most of it is in like new condition or new condition. And in a lot of pallets, and I saw a video that they've done before on their own videos at their warehouse, and they were showing like, wow, look at all this stuff, it looks very new. So from this and from looking at those videos that I've seen on their own site, it would do them no good to send me a bunch of new stuff, and then if you buy from them, you're not going to get stuff like this either. So I'm feeling really good about this particular company and what they're offering. It almost tells me that if they see some junk in their pile, in their truckloads, they're not putting them in their pallets. I'm certainly going to look to them the next time I'm looking at buying a pallet, because This is the kind of merchandise you want as a reseller. You do not want stuff that's going to fail on a buyer here in 2 weeks and then you have to take a return. You want stuff that looks, and in many cases is brand new. I'm excited about this vacuum. If I was into this for 600 plus freight, guess what? I'm getting half my money back on this one item. And that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of home run as resellers. We're looking for higher ASP items and avoiding a lot of these pallets that some of these companies put out there that are filled. They may tell you it's a high value pallet, right? But it's filled with $5 and $10 items that really you're not going to make a whole lot for the time you're putting into listing those items. Here, it's a day's worth of work, and I'm making my money, making it back, and I'm making some profit. And that's really all you can ask for with low risk of return. Just wanted to comment. A lot of times you will not find a pallet that is as well packaged as this. Has really good support on the bottom, and that's important because it doesn't do any good to get good merchandise like this if it's not protected. And so kudos to their team for a well-packaged pallet. It's the first thing I noticed when this thing came off the truck. Now let me just say that the pallet that I just unboxed is a very good quality pallet. From my experience, it's probably right up there with one of the best quality pallets. Everything was in the box. We didn't have any items that were loose without original packaging, and most of the liquidation that we unboxed today looked really, really close to new. And that's what you're looking for as a reseller. The better condition you can put up on eBay, the better price you're going to get for that merchandise. Now, I believe we ended up at like $1,284 is the projected return on this. So that's not your profit, because if you're into this for $615, let's say you went and picked it up, okay? You're into this for probably, you're doubling your money. I said triple your money in the video, not doing the math. This is kind of on the fly when I was out there unboxing it. But it's like $1,284 is the approximate amount you're gonna make. That's before eBay fees. And of course, we didn't include shipping in that number. So your shipping is gonna be on top of that. Okay, so for me, you're going to get about 2x your money. Okay, and that's depending on your business model. I can tell you this type of merchandise, if you got an electronics customer returns pallet or a general merchandise pallet that is somewhat like the one I received, you're going to sell this type of merchandise fairly quickly. Okay, which is good. So for a lot of people, that 2x on their money when it's all said and done is what they're looking for. Now, if you're utilizing my 40-40 method that I've talked about in my videos, I'll put the link up here if you're not familiar with it. It's a method that I use to determine if a pallet is worth purchasing for resale based on the MSRP. And it gives you, the formula basically tells you what you should be into that for max. Okay. Now, if I utilize this 40-40 method to this, for me, if I use the 40-40 method, it would be a little high. It would be, my 40-40 method says somewhere around $520, whereas $615 is the price you'd pay for this type of pallet if you picked it up. We're not even counting freight here. And you always got to count freight into that equation. For the 50-50 method, now 50-50 is an upgraded 40-40 method where it allows for a little bit more you can spend on an item, and because you're basically expecting to make a little bit more back in return off of that that item. Items like what I just showed you would fall within that 50-50 because it's high quality stuff that looks new and will sell. Okay, so in all fairness, I would probably utilize a 50-50 method on this, which puts it within the ballpark, but if I was picking it up. So it's very close. I want to give you an honest assessment. Love the preparation of the pallet. Love the merchandise that I received. I think for $615, it may have been on the light side, but you're going to get different pallets no matter where you go. The same place can get you a pallet that's going to be loaded. So it's hard to say, but I'm just here to give you my honest assessment. And I am very encouraged by this, mainly because of the quality of the product that Via Trading is offering. Okay, if we were dealing with a bunch of product that had some good and some bad, some without packaging, some with, like a lot of liquidation pallets give you, and I've dealt with a lot of liquidation pallets, guys, that would be a problem for me, especially at this price point. But a lot of times you got to be willing to pay a little bit more to get better quality merchandise. Like that Roomba vacuum, for instance. People are going to be willing to pay you closer to $250, $275 plus shipping for it brand new. If that thing came without a box, or if it came with maybe it was partially used and then returned, you would be lucky to get $175. So the better quality is where it's at here, and I'm very, very encouraged because of that. If you want to check them out for yourself, use the code down below, the link down below, to get $50 off of your any purchase over $250. And I don't think that includes freight. So I think you have to actually look at the actual value of the item you're spending on to get that discount. But $50 off of $250. And Mike and his team are good people. They're very open, very friendly, and they're on their game, and they're very, very professional. And I think I can recommend this company. But like always with liquidation, you just have to use your tools. Use the 40-40 method. Maybe for this company, utilize the 50-50 method, and just make sure that it falls within a profitability range, because the last thing you want to do ever in liquidation is lose money. So I want your opinion, want your thoughts down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, of course, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit that notification bell. So when I make a video out of the blue like this or go live, you're going to be included in that. Liquidation. Wow, I love the liquidation game. I really, really do. And thank you to Mike and the crew at Via Trading for putting this all together. Hopefully you'll hear more from us in the future, maybe some collaboration. I'm certainly excited for that. But just, guys, you got to be careful. You got to be careful in this game. No matter who I refer you to or someone else refers you to, ultimately use the tools that we provide, like the 40-40 method, and really do your due diligence. Check out the sold comps before you make a purchase. But these are all more examples in this business how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon.